You might not see it yet, but a powerful shift has already started unfolding around you. What once felt stagnant, uncertain, or silent is now being rearranged in your favor. The delays weren't denials, they were divine pauses, perfectly placed to synchronize your life with the right people, timing, and outcomes. God has been preparing not just the blessing, but you shaping your patience, refining your spirit, and deepening your discernment so you could handle what's now on its way. Sometimes the movement of heaven is invisible until the final moment when everything falls into place at once. When things seem quiet, that's often when the loudest miracles are being written behind the scenes. Think about it. Seeds grow in the dark before they ever break the soil. In the same way, the miracles that belong to you have been germinating under the surface of your faith. You've watered them with tears, protected them through prayer, and trusted even when you had no visible proof. That's why the shift is happening now, because your endurance turned into divine momentum. So take a deep breath, chosen one. The stillness wasn't your ending, it was your setup. Everything you need is already making its way to you, guided by divine precision. There was a time when you had to chase opportunities, force outcomes, or convince others to see your worth. But now something sacred has changed. You've become the magnet. You've done the inner work, healed wounds, released attachments, and surrendered timelines. That shift has aligned your frequency with divine abundance. You no longer need to beg for what's meant for you. You attract it by being authentically aligned with your higher self. Energy never lies. When your spirit becomes peaceful, your energy becomes powerful. When your heart stops grasping, your vibration begins receiving. This is how the universe responds to those walking in faith. What was once running from you now finds comfort in your presence. The right people, resources, and moments are being drawn to your energy field, not by accident, but by divine order. Remember this: you don't have to chase what's already yours. Just remain still, trust deeply, and let your alignment speak louder than your effort. For far too long, you've been in survival mode, doing your best with limited resources, keeping faith alive through uncertainty, and believing when evidence seemed absent. But the truth is, the season of lack has officially expired. Spiritually, the balance is being restored. You've already sown in tears, and now the harvest is due. Every act of faith, every prayer whispered in darkness, every moment you chose peace over panic, they have not gone unnoticed. God's economy doesn't operate by the world's standards. Where people see drought, heaven sees opportunity for overflow. The places that once drained you are being transformed into wells of provision. This isn't just financial, it's emotional, mental, and spiritual abundance flowing into every area of your life. Your energy will attract opportunities that replenish rather than deplete you. Chosen one, your days of barely enough are ending. Get ready to witness the multiplication of everything you thought you lost. You've been preparing for a moment that your soul sensed long before your eyes could see it. The quiet seasons where you studied, reflected, healed, and grew, those weren't wasted years. They were sacred training grounds. You were being equipped for what others weren't built to carry. Preparation often looks like isolation, but in truth, it's divine refinement. Think of how a diamond forms: immense pressure, heat, and time. You went through that same process spiritually. God hid you to sharpen your wisdom and strengthen your faith. Now, as the new season unfolds, you'll realize every experience was preparation for your unveiling. You didn't lose time, you were gaining spiritual authority. Don't rush the next step, chosen one. The stage is being set, and when your moment arrives, you'll recognize why waiting was necessary. What you perceive as sudden change is often divine rearrangement. When people walk away, opportunities close, or unexpected detours appear, it's not chaos, it's calibration. The universe is aligning your path to ensure your destiny isn't delayed by misplaced energy. You're being moved into divine order, where everything supports your growth rather than hinders it. Sometimes the greatest blessings come disguised as endings. What fell apart was only clearing the space for what truly belongs. When you surrender control and trust the rearrangement, miracles happen naturally. This is the power of divine orchestration. Nothing is random when you are walking in purpose. So instead of asking, "Why is this happening?" ask, "What is this making room for?" That shift in perspective will unlock peace and revelation. There's a sacred intersection where divine timing meets human readiness, and that's exactly where you are right now. You've matured into the version of yourself that can finally hold what's been promised. Before, you may have been asking for things your energy couldn't yet sustain. But now, your vibration, mindset, and spirit are aligned with heaven's rhythm. Divine timing isn't about delay, it's about synchronization. When the right opportunity meets the right version of you, doors open effortlessly. What used to require pushing now flows with grace. This is why so much had to fall away, not to punish you, but to make sure when your blessing arrived, you wouldn't lose it again through unhealed patterns. Chosen one, stay steady. You're standing at the threshold of your appointed time. The glow people notice in you lately isn't just your smile or confidence, it's spiritual authority. Your energy now carries the frequency of peace and divine trust. You've transcended the vibrations of fear, doubt, and desperation, which means you now speak to life itself through energy rather than words. People feel you before you speak. They sense the presence you carry. This is why you've noticed shifts in your environment. Some are drawn to your energy, others retreat from it. Don't take it personally. It's all energetic alignment. The ones meant for your new chapter will match your vibration, while others will fade naturally. Protect your frequency and continue to pour into your inner world, because it's your energy that magnetizes blessings. Remember, chosen one, you don't have to announce your worth, your energy already testifies. There are forces moving on your behalf that you cannot see, divine connections, unexpected alignments, unseen helpers. Just because it's invisible doesn't mean it's inactive. Heaven's orchestration is subtle but unstoppable. Every prayer you've whispered has set angels and synchronicities into motion, arranging circumstances that will soon make sense in hindsight. Sometimes God hides the process so your faith can grow stronger than your sight. You're being guided step by step, even when the path seems uncertain. The delays, redirections, and pauses are all divine choreography, each piece moving into perfect position. Trust that even when you can't trace the planner is still working. There were moments you felt robbed of time, energy, or people you loved deeply. But here's the truth. Nothing you lost was wasted. Spiritually, those losses became seeds. Every heartbreak planted resilience, every betrayal taught discernment, and every rejection built inner strength. What was taken from you will return multiplied, because God never allows loss without purpose. Sometimes you have to lose what's lesser to gain what's divine. The version of you that endured loss is not the same one that's about to receive restoration. You're stronger, wiser, and more aligned. What you once cried over will soon make you grateful, because it freed space for better things to grow. So don't mourn the old season. It ended so you could rise into your rightful inheritance. There are people waiting for your presence, wisdom, or energy, and they don't even know it yet. You've been shaped to become a vessel of divine impact. The lessons you learned in solitude will become the light that guides others out of their own darkness. When you speak, you heal. When you act, you inspire. You are someone's answered prayer in human form. Never underestimate how your journey prepared you to carry others. The very pain you survived made you a safe space for others who are still breaking. Your authenticity is your ministry, and your existence is proof that transformation is possible. Chosen one, your calling isn't coming. It's already alive within you. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs don't arrive with noise or fanfare. They unfold quietly, almost unnoticeably at first. What once felt permanently shut off from your reach is now being unlocked by unseen hands. The opportunities you once cried over, the relationships that seemed irreparable, and the dreams you thought were delayed, all of them are beginning to open in divine silence. God doesn't need an announcement to bless you. He moves in stillness, in the small moments when you least expect it. You might notice it in subtle ways. A message from someone you thought forgot you, a sudden idea that reignites your passion, or a coincidence that feels far too precise to be random. That's how heaven whispers. When your faith becomes mature, you start hearing God not in thunder but in stillness. Don't underestimate these small movements. They're indicators that something magnificent is aligning in your favor. Chosen one, stay sensitive to the shifts. What's being unlocked quietly will soon echo loudly across your destiny. So often we imagine that what we desire is far off in the future, just out of reach. But in spiritual truth, blessings move faster than perception. Everything you've prayed for is already orbiting your reality, waiting for you to fully believe it's yours. The moment you stop doubting and start knowing, it moves from potential to presence. You are closer than you realize, not just in proximity, but in vibration. This is why your current challenges feel intense. They're contractions before birth. The blessing you've been praying for is pressing against the veil, ready to emerge into the physical. Every obstacle is a sign of proximity, not distance. Remember, resistance always increases before the release. So when things feel hardest, rejoice. It means heaven is about to unveil what you've been waiting for. Chosen one, don't lose hope now. You're one act of faith away from manifestation. One of the most beautiful things about divine orchestration is that God uses people, often strangers, to deliver blessings. Someone somewhere is speaking your name in rooms you haven't entered yet. Someone is preparing an opportunity without even realizing you're the one it's meant for. Divine favor has a way of traveling faster than you can. When you trust this truth, you no longer feel the need to force or manipulate outcomes. You begin to rest in the knowing that unseen hands are weaving your destiny. The right people are being guided toward you, the right doors are being opened for you, and the right conversations are being held about you. God's movement through others is proof that you are part of something far bigger than yourself. Chosen one, walk with confidence. You have heavenly representation working on your behalf. You may not realize it, but your energy has changed the atmosphere around you. The peace you carry, the wisdom you speak, and the faith you embody, these are your spiritual signatures. They command attention even without effort. That's why people feel drawn to you or unsettled by you. Light exposes truth, and your light is undeniable. When your energy aligns with divine purpose, it naturally repels what's not meant for you and magnetizes what is. This energetic boundary is sacred. You don't have to fight for space anymore. Your frequency does the filtering. People who are not in resonance with your new vibration will drift away, and that's not rejection. It's divine protection. Keep your energy pure, chosen one. It's your unseen shield and your silent invitation to abundance. Waiting seasons can feel like punishment, but in reality they are divine classrooms. Every delay carried a lesson that your destiny required. When you were forced to be still, you learned patience. When you had no control, you learned trust. When things fell apart, you learned resilience. You weren't waiting for something, you were becoming someone. You can now look back and realize that if things had happened earlier, you might have mishandled them. You would have been too anxious, too unhealed, or too eager to please others. But now, you've grown roots of wisdom. The waiting matured your discernment so that when the blessing arrives, you'll know how to keep it sacred. So instead of resenting the wait, honor it. It was molding the leader, the vessel, the divine instrument that you are now. There's a moment in every chosen one's journey when heaven says, now. That declaration isn't about perfection, it's about readiness. God has watched you endure, heal, forgive, and remain faithful through unseen battles. You've proven that your character can carry what your calling demands. And now, divine timing has aligned with your spirit's readiness. This readiness will show up as opportunities that match your growth. It'll feel like ease replacing effort, clarity replacing confusion, and alignment replacing anxiety. Everything that once resisted you will now respond to you. When heaven declares you ready, even closed doors begin to cooperate. Chosen one, don't be surprised when sudden favor surrounds you. you've entered your appointed hour. You've been hidden for a reason. God protected your process so no one could sabotage your preparation. But now, the unveiling is near. The same people who overlooked you will be astonished by the light you carry. This isn't about revenge or validation, it's about divine revelation. Your purpose will now be seen, and your impact felt in ways you once only dreamed of. The unfolding won't require you to prove anything. It'll simply be the natural manifestation of years of inner work. The wisdom you've earned, the authenticity you embody, and the presence you carry will all speak louder than words. The world will recognize what heaven has long affirmed, that you were chosen for something extraordinary. Walk in humility, but don't dim your light. The unveiling is a holy event. Let the world witness what God has done through you. When you're truly aligned with divine flow, peace becomes your confirmation. You'll notice that even in uncertainty, your spirit feels calm. That's not denial, that's divine assurance. God's movements often come wrapped in stillness, and when heaven is at work, your soul knows it before your eyes see it. Peace is not the absence of problems, it's the presence of divine order. Whenever you feel that deep, unexplainable peace about something, take it as a sign that God is guiding you through it. You no longer need to chase validation or question every detail. You can rest knowing the one who started the process will finish it perfectly. Chosen one, let peace be your compass, it never lies. This truth is the essence of your awakening. You were never lacking anything. Every gift, talent, and piece of wisdom needed for your divine mission was planted in you from the beginning. The journey wasn't about finding something external. It was about uncovering what was buried inside. You are the resource you were waiting for. When you stop searching outside and start awakening within, the external world rearranges to reflect your inner belief. You begin to realize that alignment isn't about reaching. It's about remembering who you truly are, a divine creation equipped with everything necessary to fulfill your purpose. Chosen one, the key was never lost. It was hidden in your spirit all along. This is the moment where everything you've endured begins to make sense. The waiting, the pain, the isolation, they were all part of the divine equation leading to this unveiling. God is moving swiftly, aligning people, opening doors, and releasing blessings that have your name written on them. You won't have to fight for recognition or strive for attention. Divine movement will announce you. Pay attention to the synchronicities, the sudden peace, the effortless opportunities. These are signs of divine motion. You are no longer in delay, you are in divine delivery. This is not a coincidence. This is confirmation. Every resource, every person, every answer is being divinely positioned to meet you right where you are. Chosen one, stand still and watch God move. Your miracle has already begun. If this message touched your soul and reminded you that everything you need is already in motion, let your faith speak. Type, "I'm ready to receive" in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another divine message here on Anointed Era. Your presence here isn't random. It's confirmation that you are aligned with your divine season. Share this video with someone who needs to be reminded that God is moving right now. Because when faith is shared, miracles multiply. Tell me in the comments, chosen one, what area of your life do you feel God is moving in right now? Thought balloon, have you noticed divine signs confirming your next step? Your story could inspire someone else's breakthrough.